Oh, D. There you are.
Welcome in.
That's new.
For you. We gotta talk battle strategies. The Empire is rapidly expanding throughout the galaxy. Core is rapidly crumbling. And I'm not sure what to do with that exactly.
It's like I was worried about. I don't think us or any of the galaxies can be able to go with this alone.
I am not working with the public. You know what that means. If we win or lose, they're gonna make us sacrifice our Bellator and our other carriers, because the New Republic's stupid laws forbid you have anything bigger than an ISD with minimal weapons. We carry most.
And I doubt they're exactly very favorable of droids armed to the teeth, set on killing anyone who crosses them.
Okay, then how are we supposed to defeat the Empire on our own?
Destroy villain is likely the first course of action.
Agreed.
That could work.
The Pentastar has
Seems
completely merged with the Empire. Artist Kane is sworn fealty. You know what that means? Our primary border is now hostile.
Great.
Suppose dealing with Valen will be our first bet then, because it seems like so far all the attacks have been coming in through him. It's likely they're using Arvani as a staging ground for their raids against us.
Arvani's on the other side of the galaxy still, but the issue is that the net we've decided with the LRS is very easy. Bringing small escort craft is just to basically bypass it. It only picks up large mass shadows, capital ship grade. That we are limited. They're sending strike forces instead of a navy. What I'm concerned about is with the Pentastar alignment joining. We have the new issue that our border is hostile and there's suddenly a heap more power in the galaxy against us. Anyone have any ideas what we...
I'm afraid I'm fresh out of ideas. We could go on the offensive, but I don't think we have the resources for it.
We do. We likely do. However,
I mean, yeah, do you remember the Bacta War?
Everyone in the galaxy, the Vanguard is a strong but not ultra strong organization. We are holding back our reserve fleet and our flagship. We go on the offense, we can choose to unleash that. However, once we unleash it to the galaxy, there's no turning back. If this war is won on our side, we risk losing everything. The New Republic will force us to rise.
Crumbling them. If they're able to survive this encounter, what are the chances they'll even be able to expand anywhere close to the unknown? They might be stuck in the core for years to come.
The argument I'm trying to say, Dax, is even still, even through all this, the New Republic is bureaucrats. We might not be acting against them, but because we're not fully at war with them, they are just going to try to exude pressure on us to demilitarize because they can.
And even if it could be weakened enough, to snuff them out would just be tragic. Begin with that positive.
We are currently at a crossroads where could go full offensive, but we've yet to see what the Empire has.
they've got? Well, for one thing, we know they have Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker is not on their side, though. He's an infiltrator, double agent shit. He's the one who deactivated the World Devastators on Doc.
Feel any guilt about being sent to kill us to prove loyalty? From our previous
not sent
encounters, he
here to
doesn't seem
kill
to have
us.
much respect for us.
Of course, we're a lot of us used to be contract killers. Each of us alone are responsible for hundreds, maybe even a few thousand deaths.
Some of those his fellow Jedi.
Let's not have an attachment to the Jedi,
I suppose.
from what I've noted.
But either way, will we have to unveil our secret weapons against the Pentastar in order to maintain the board? Or will we be able to fight them off with our regular force?
Right now, we are going to be able to hold them off. They are not pushing towards us. They are pushing the now on the back foot, the Republic.
Suppose that's what we do then. I don't like this idea, but could let the New Republic serve as a punching bag for these guys and shore up our borders while they serve as a distraction.
You're willing to do that? You know your homeworld's already been sieged multiple times by strike forces, and an actual task force has been occupying
I know.
New Republic
I'm
territory.
just saying that's a potential idea, and I most certainly don't like that idea. But you don't want to help the New Republic, so there's not much else we can do.
We could help the New Republic, just it's a risk. First of all, something I don't want to really announce to anyone else is that we're harboring Thrawn in our ranks. A reluctant
Interesting.
Thrawn.
So that's where he's been hiding since he was deposed.
The Emperor
Sense.
wants him dead, considering his viewpoint and the Dark Empire's viewpoint are completely misaligned. Palpatine wants Thrawn dead. Because of that, he doesn't want to.
Suppose going back to my original, the way I see it, the New Republic dies, and the Empire takes control of the galaxy, all that will be left is us. To the Emperor, we'll just be nothing more than a loose end to stamp out with whatever he has at his disposal.
I was voting with the HCOM Council. We wait and see. The Empire has not revealed its full hand yet. Before we do anything, we need what they're doing.
We gather
We need to tie up
information then.
loose ends. If that costs us lives of people that would possibly be our opposition, so be it. It's not something I like to do, but the other choice is draw a target on us and get us all wiped out right now. Palpatine does not see us as a big threat. That's why he's sending Valen in some squads, dark side things. I've seen the weapons of war being upon the galaxy are so much more. Those TIE droids he ran into, there's thousands of them. He dropped maybe 100 here.
Take the quiet route for now, then. Deal with our loose ends and focus on gaining information on what the Empire has before we act. Sound about right?
Intel is good, so
It doesn't mean you guys cannot do your own actions against them. However, major fleet actions, massive ground battles are not to happen. So, for the time being, HCOM wants to use you as their focus versus Dark Empire. I hope that's okay.
Small privateer
Yes.
force against the Empire. Sounds a little familiar. I'm
Just
all
like
The
for
ground
it.
soldiers will
times.
participate alongside you, but the full force of the Vanguard is not with you.
It's no fun being the top dog. Alright, let's do this.
If only A1 was here, he would love to do something like this. To
That
bring
brings
out his
up a
pirate
bad
fleet.
point. This brings up an issue. A1 is not with us.
What do you mean A1's not with us?
You don't mean he's sworn loyalty to the Emperor, do you?
No, he has not done that. However, him and his organization have effectively split off from the Vanguard. He's part of Palpatine's ranks, but as of right now, he chooses not to attack us. He doesn't want to. Not worth his time. He knows it'd be a waste of sources. He also would feel a bit bad for hurting his friends. However, it is likely he can be swayed.
He also knows that if he sides with Palpatine, sides against Palpatine for us, Palpatine can probably just nuke out Zeri from orbit.
That's why he is currently neutral approach.
We'll have to do this without him then. Fortunate, but managing without him so far.
I can try to convince him towards Arvani. Close enough where we can use it as a state ground.
That could
But
be
for
good.
right now, we are not going to have his help whatsoever. Well, I have some good news. The CIS is now a full organization. And they actually have more than 20 systems. The scattering of the New Republic and the rising of the Dark Empire, systems are rapidly folding into their hand.
To escape the war. Clever.
That reminds me. There is a major point of contention with the Vanguard I need some of you to be representatives for. Crate has expressed use Taurus as his new capital planet. As you know, Taurus is still not the greatest Outer Rim jewel as it used to be. He wants Vanguard help and funding to restore the planet in exchange of a capital of his faction. That he pledges full support to the war if we. I'll need representatives to go speak politics.
Well, if I'm gonna run for senator, I'm gonna have to learn this stuff sooner or later. Be down for that?
Yeah, I see getting the new CIS on our side is nothing but a good thing.
And hey, we'll get to, ironically enough, restore one of the earliest known devastations caused by the Sith. So hey, I'm all for that too.
True.
I mean, there is Rusan, but I'm pretty sure Rusan's doing it.
Well, Rusan was way later than Taurus.
That is true. My bad. Either way, I'll need to have some of you be represented. Barrel, you're gonna go as a disguised gun protecting him. We have no clue who will be there.
Alright then, works for me. Just disguise myself as a, I don't know, something you really wouldn't expect to be deadly.
Be his envoy, maybe. Maybe his valet.
That could work. Yeah, maybe just a
His
very unintimidating looking protocol droid or something. Maybe.
Does anyone else want to go on this in Dax?
I could go.
If you want, you can't be wearing that if you're going.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this is peace talks. Only reason I could bring weapons is I can make myself look incredibly unassuming.
Yeah, you'll have
You
to
know
put
what?
on a...
I got an idea. You'll be a guard, and Gwyn will be the actual looking like guard. Give him some
All right,
armor
then.
that's not super overly scary.
Works for me.
Anyone else wants to go? You can. We don't know where this envoy's going to. Fancy high-rise, a fancy accommodation, or shithole.
Well, from what I've heard, the Undercity is nearly collapsing, so I doubt we're going to be having any meetings in the shithole section.
And you're probably in one of the ticking time bomb skyscraper.
Yeah. Hopefully they pick an area not infested with the Rakghouls. Are those even still on Taurus?
Yep. Unfortunately,
great.
they're in the lowest levels.
Well, at least they went back down. Last I went there, they started appearing on the surface.
I guess they were
That was
probably
a few
driven
thousand
back
years
down.
ago.
Yes.
Yeah, they were
Yes.
probably driven back down when they finally recolonized the place.
Or you were on a place that was completely destroyed, so you were on the ground.
Maybe. Maybe.
I will ask, what do you all make about the CIS and their reconstitution as a movement? Do you support them? Do you think it's a foolish cause?
Don't much care. The way I see it, they're just more soldiers to die so that we don't have to.
I
Frankly,
honestly think Crate has been a way smarter leader than the old CIS so far. Seems like he actually does just want to keep some worlds independent and safe, and well, he did say he wants to conquer the galaxy one day, but I'm gonna be brutally honest, I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
then he's got an entire factory that would produce EG5s. Those things are very good at killing.
He has higher
That
chances of
factory
doing so with
can't
that.
actually produce EG5s. It was merely assembling them using already fabbed parts. It was more of an omnibus factory that was just putting together multiple droids from pieces exported in.
So once
Well, he does
uses
have
all
the blueprints,
EG5
then.
parts, no. Once he makes
Oh.
all the parts, he has no more. It's all imports.
Oh.
The blueprints likely exist, but the molding and designing for E5s is. Why do you think they never made commando droids? EG5, you
That's
probably
fair.
saw for every 10,000 commando droids, you probably saw one EG5. That's how rare they were and how expensive they were.
Oh yeah, sounds about right. There was an old saying that a Jedi was worth over 1,000 battle droids. I guess an EG-5 would be about the same. Alright.
What about
That's our
the
plan.
EG6?
Oh right, what about that?
I don't think that ever existed anyway.
We haven't found it.
Well, I mean, it might at one point, but we have no clue.
Yeah,
We have
it
the
wasn't an
unknown EG.
EG6, there was that unknown one that seems to just be a one-off custom design.
I know they're getting close to finishing that thing, but I've not heard any updates from R&D about it.
Oh yeah, you're getting that thing, aren't you, Sparrow?
Indeed. It'll be an interesting change of pace to use a lightsabers instead of swords, but that is something that I will be happy to get used to. Because that thing, I can tell, will be able to rip Sith apart. And in my hands, it'll be even deadlier.
The one thing I'm concerned about with him claiming Taurus as his capital, the fact that he's planning on basically territory as the CIS, and I can only add the public will protest that. Not wanting Clone Wars. I don't need the CIS going to war with the New Republic. Besides, they aren't even going to call it the CIS soon. They're renaming
Great, have an idea for a new
the
name.
Stigma. They're working on it. They're working on for a governing head. Who do you think it would be if there was anyone in the CIS that would be the governing head of CIS? Give a guess.
Closest I could think of is Severance Ton, but
Of course.
do you go back to
I'm
it?
trying to get. Probably not, but they're begging her.
Probably Severance, yes. I don't think there's anyone else qualified, is there, who's left among the old CIS?
This is the old thing, and this is happening. And this is why the galaxy never fucking progresses. You always stick with the old, never let. And have the same issue again, where the same issues and dogma and ideologies are just gonna mesh.
Fair.
Look at the new. Their chancellor is Mon Mothma, a republic. Their leader was Bail Organa. All it is going to be is a reformed, slightly better republic.
If I have to say, it's probably going to be just as corrupt as the last one. Maybe a little less, but...
It's going to be improved. However,
The CIS, well, I couldn't make a guess because I don't really know who the new figures in the CIS worlds are.
Same.
they're just trying to get the remnant together, the one that Ton led, and they're trying to reconstitute that as, reaffirm them as the leader. And I think that's just a poor decision. However, to a droid, he cannot see new talent as likely replace already and that's why I have doubts about the new CIS move. They are just putting the same morons in charge. People that never held a blaster, never were on the front of war. Over if they go to war or not.
that's why I don't think they're gonna progress far beyond just having their own little swath of space.
Oh, yeah, speaking of CIS, they want that super tactical droid we found at the factory. What do you think? Should we give it to them?
Well, I heard that thing was barely even, wasn't it?
It's fully functional. Personality imprint and everything. However, in never combat. It did never leave frontline. It never left the factory line. It got its full
I see
programming
no-
chip and everything.
I see no long in giving it to them. It should be fine.
Alright. Anyone else?
I concur.
Yes.
I mean, I don't see
Alright.
any use we'd have for it. We already know not to let computer merge with those things or logic merge with those things. So yeah, it's not like we have a use for it.
Well, it's official then. We'll hand it over. War plans, let's go recap. War plan is to hold the line against the Pentastar and prep invasion's Valen's territory. Valen's still on his planet. His people are still doing fine, however, he's recruiting a lot more for the Empire. Of course. Now he's speaking with people.
Yep. In other words, he's just gonna make our problems down the line even worse if we don't deal with him.
He knows too much. We dealt with. Alright, well, that's enough from me. How about you guys go show off your little new setup to Dax? I don't think he's seen that, has he?
Oh.
Like your new rooms upstairs?
Alright,
Actually,
if
why
you're
not?
interested, why
I
not?
haven't seen those. Yeah, I haven't seen the Veterans Ward yet. Might as well.
I have a question for you, Durendal.
Yes.
Follow-ups, have the Empire tried to seek you out deliberately? Any close calls with your units or anything?
It's been quiet so far. I've lost a few lesser agents, but nothing major.
I think there's a squad of you. Well, I will talk to you later. Unfortunately, I don't have much info for you. However, this mask, what do you... Seems familiar, doesn't it?
It's very interesting.
I've never thought something like this would be possible to resurrect a dead spirit and put a mask like... The only records I've ever seen from Revan and other people, Holocron mentioned that this kind of thing was you had to do it to a living person. And usually they've branded it to their tomb, not a mobile object like this. Anything in your records to this?
As in a spirit coming back from death.
No, spirits being linked to objects. Dark side techniques or abilities that seem to be
There was
lost
Darth
to time.
Nihilus.
Well, I mean, obviously there was Darth Nihilus. The entity seemed to enjoy that one specifically. So those two seem pretty much immortal beings.
There were some stories of ancient Sith being bound to objects against their will. I was never
I'll
able
have
to
to
get a
look through
hands-on
files we have.
examination of any of them.
Perhaps it's time to do some expeditionary work to Korban. Find anything.
Or, if possible, Dromund Kaas.
Rome and Kos is a world. I don't find anything.
We can find the ancient Dark Temple. And I believe there was a
You should
lot
look
of
into
spirit
that.
activity
I have no
there.
idea what to look for.
It'll be next to the ruins of Kaas City.
Okay. Well, I have to get going.
As do I.
Portal, so I will see you.